Hi, my name is Therese. I'm a coach at Speaking Schools Australasia. I started entering public speaking debating competitions when I was in around year 5, and it was just because I thought it sounded really interesting, and I had teachers and parents who encouraged me, and I'm really glad they did because I ended up sticking it through. I did it every year, various competitions up until I was in year 12. And when I was in year 12, I was so passionate about it that I went for public speaking debating captain at my school, and I really enjoyed that, the extra leadership responsibility and working with a lot of the girls and the various competitions that Tangara ran. And that's how I came across Speaking Schools Australasia, actually, because they were coaching us at the time. It's been very rewarding because I think I loved engaging in a lot of the public speaking competitions all through school. So I saw no better way to continue that than by sharing that with other younger people. And I guess it also helps me having once been in their shoes, because I know the various struggles and problems that come up in those competitions. I know what it feels like to be learning step-by-step methods of certain things, so it definitely helps having had experience. I really love the competitive side of it. I think it's really rewarding, and I also think it lends itself to a lot of other skills as well. It's definitely helped me with my speech writing. It definitely lent itself to my HSC as well. I have a distinct memory of sitting in my HSC exam thinking, thank God I did debating, because it really helps you just think on the spot. Personally, I find it very therapeutic. Just being able to speak on issues that you're really passionate about. I find it very rewarding, and it's just, it's really enjoyable. A lot of the structure in HSC essays, I did a lot of essay-based subjects, and debating and public speaking, learning how to write a speech, but not just an ordinary speech, learning how to pose an argument and be critical with your thinking. I think debating really lent itself to that. It helps you think on your feet, but it also helps you put together an argument, which is the point of writing an essay in the first place. It's definitely helped with interviews, so learning how to articulate your thoughts clearly and fluently really helps with interviews. Even just meeting new people, networking at uni, definitely helps with that. It's really beneficial when it comes to communication and things like that. It helps a lot in class and uni presentations when you're expected to stand up and think on your feet. If sometimes you need to come up with ideas on your feet, debating and public speaking really helps with that. I would say in my senior year, being public speaking captain was really rewarding, because not only are you helping the school organise events and communicating with a lot of the staff on the importance of public speaking, but you're also watching a lot of the girls grow and develop. And so I think it was just really rewarding to throw myself into that experience. Also helping the school find competitions or helping put on competitions was really exciting. So I would say that was super rewarding. Working one-on-one with students I really enjoy. So working with a class is great, but those small opportunities within the class when you get to really work one-on-one with the children, you learn a little bit more about them and you help them put their ideas onto paper and then into a speech. That's really rewarding, and just watching their different personalities is really fun. Just the different personalities you can come across, even when they're as young as 6. They all have their own opinions, their own personalities, they all interact with each other very differently. So I think that was a big learning curve, but it was definitely very interesting to explore. Take concepts that may at first seem really difficult and just break them down to their most simplest form. Because when you first come across it, to a really young child, it may seem quite difficult. But when you really break it down, when you really show them step by step how it works, that's super important. So if a child isn't working something out, you just need to break it down even further. Give them examples, even if it means you getting up and doing an example and doing a mock speech. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of putting yourself on the spot to try and demonstrate to the kids what they should be embodying. I really love the parent presentations. I don't know why, but I find them really rewarding because the kids for like 2 or 3 weeks have been working on these speeches, and seeing them like a little bit nervous but a little bit excited just shows that they care. And so even if at the beginning of the season or the beginning of the term they hadn't had much experience in debating, the fact that they're excited for the parent presentation to show off what they've learned, that's really rewarding to me because it shows that across the term they've really come to care about what they're doing, which is nice. I really enjoy working in speaking schools because I think there's a lot of diversity of what you can work with. So not only is there public speaking training and working on like a lot of manner and things, or working on just writing a basic speech, there's also a lot of areas to then look at debating, and there's different areas of debating. So depending on what the topic is, you can like go into different things, speaker roles, or if you want to look at rebuttal, things like that. And then they also do the competitions as well. So I think there's a lot of diversity depending on whatever you're interested in within the public speaking sector. Yes, I definitely would. I'm very glad that I went for the job application. I applied because speaking schools came to my school and I saw like how useful they were to all the girls. So I knew that I wanted to be working with them once I left school, so I applied pretty much straight away after I graduated. I would take a look at their speech, and I think if they're really young especially, they often need a lot of encouragement because it is quite daunting. It's daunting for even adults to stand up in front of a crowd. So I think they need a lot of encouragement. They need to be reminded that their speech is really, really important and valuable, and they're no different from the other students in the class. And then, yeah, I don't think much good comes from forcing them up there because they need to want to do it at the end of the day. So I think just a lot of encouragement, a lot of one-on-one as well. You don't want to embarrass them in front of the class, so just having that quiet conversation with them could really make a difference. Focusing on the manner is super important because, and this is something I say in my classes a lot as well, you could have the best speech written in the world, but if the audience isn't engaged or if they're not interested in what you're saying because of how you're speaking, then there's not much point in saying it. So I think really focus on manner, like vocal projection, gesturing, things like that. And then also, yeah, just make sure you know your speech really, really well. So just a lot of practice to yourself, make sure you know it inside and out. So if you do lose train of, like, you lose track of thought of where you are on the page, you can pick it up pretty quickly. I remember someone once gave me the advice that that it's very, very easy to turn that feeling of anxiety and nervousness into excitement. Because when you're anxious about something, all it means is that you really, really care. And if you really, really care, then you're eager to see the outcome. So all that nervousness that I felt before my first speech, in fact, probably for the first few years, the first good years of my public speaking life, turn all that nervousness into excitement. Because at the end of the day, public speaking is really fun and it is really rewarding. I think it's probably done a lot for my confidence. So it's taught me how to vocalize my opinions a lot, and it's taught me that I really like sharing my opinions or expressing things that I'm passionate about. So it was probably the reason that I ended up going into things like drama or music performing when I was older. I think because being trained to be able to stand up and talk in front of a crowd really developed those skills. It's also the reason that I'm now interested in politics, I think, because I'm studying at a university. It's like taught me that I really love sharing my opinion, and I really do care, or I really do see the importance of being able to stand in front of a crowd and share your opinion. So yeah, I think it's definitely changed my way of thinking, and debating and public speaking was a way for me to segue into other things that I was passionate about.